So I want to review with you solving systems of equations with substitution, and we call this the y equals version because both of the equations start with y equals. And what we said when that happens is that we're just going to set the two right-hand sides equal to each other, right? If this thing is what y equals, x plus 1, then we'll just put it in place here and make the top thing, y plus 1, equal the bottom thing, negative 2x minus 2. And from here we go ahead and solve, which I'll continue on the next screen. So here's that new equation we made. The top side was x plus 1 equals negative 2x plus 2. And now we go back to our solving strategies. Remember that this is an equation that stays balanced, so I like to draw that dashed line down the middle. And then we use inverse operations to solve for x. In this case, I have variables on both sides, so I'm going to get them together using inverse operations. I'm going to pick the lowest one, which is negative 2x, and do the inverse operation underneath it. Add 2x to both sides. When I add 2x over here, of course, these cancel out, but on this side, we end up with 3x, the plus 1 hangs around, and then that equals 2. So I bring the 2 down. And now we go ahead and solve this. And so I'm going to do inverse operations again. That's minus 1 and minus 1. And this guy's going to cross out. And finally, this gives us 3x equals 2 minus 1 is 1. We divide both sides by 3, and we find out, well, we can't really divide 1 by 3, but when I do when I write that as a fraction, we're in good shape. That's just x equals 1/3. Please do not panic when you get a fraction. They're just numbers, okay? Now, we take that 1/3, and we either have to put it in the first equation, which was x plus 1, or the second equation, which is negative 2x plus 2. I always pick the easier one, so I'm going to plug that x back into the x plus 1, and that'll give me 1/3 plus 1, and that's what y equals, remember. And 1/3 plus 1 is just 1 1/3, but you usually see algebra teachers write it as 4/3. We don't mind the improper fractions. And finally, we're ready to write the solution to this inequality. Or excuse me, this isn't an inequality. What is this? This is a system. Tells you where my head is. I do have the right math here, though. The solution to this system of linear equations is the ordered pair 1/3, comma 4/3. That's the point that works in both equations, and we should probably verify that it works in the second one because I know it works in x plus 1. That's where I got this result, but let's just verify and make sure that it works in the second one. If you do, I'll do that down here on the side. If you do negative 2 times 1/3, that's negative 2/3, and you add that to 2, which is 6/3, you do get 4/3, so we're okay. Alright, good deal. So that's definitely the solution. Another way to check and see if this is the right answer is you go ahead and graph that with your favorite graphing utility. You know, we like the Desmos graphing calculator online, but there are lots of other good apps to do that. Anyway, this was a quick review, and I like the fact this one came out with fractions as answers because they're just rational numbers. They're just numbers like anything else. Anyway, good luck with your solving. Bye.